The Northtown News Magazine is brought to you in part by the Chicago Police Memorial Foundation, caring for the families of slain and seriously injured officers.
Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Come on, baby, don't you wanna go?
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine show with the greatest cameraman around, Sonny Hirsch, and your host, Avi Myers.
Thank you, Marty. Avi Myers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Catch all our videos from the last 10 years on the web, ntnm.org, communitypolicingcaps24.org. It is election time in some of the suburban cities. Full disclosure, my next guest's daughter married my nephew. But that doesn't necessarily do me any good, and that doesn't necessarily get him my endorsement or my vote, because I don't live in Lincolnwood anyway. So I can't vote for him even if I wanted to. He's been on the show before, and I just want to say from the point of fairness that I've had multiple emails back and forth with his opponent, the incumbent mayor, Tory, about coming on the show, but he's in Mexico all month long, every month, and he's only back here like a day or two out of the month. And I don't film every day; I only film about every 3 or 4 weeks. So it's impossible to get him. And frankly, I don't understand. And this much is be my only editorial here. I don't understand how you can never be in town and be the mayor of a town. But that's another story. But in the meantime, his opponent, and his only opponent, is my next guest, and he got a lot of views the first time he was on the show, and that is Barry B.S. Barry, how you doing?
Very good, thank you. Thank you very much, Avi.
How's the campaign going?
The campaign is going extremely well. We've got tremendous feedback from residents, and they are so happy there's a choice this time around for a new mayoral candidate. And I would like to add to that, that since we last met, I've experienced a wake-up call, not just for me, but the entire village of Lincolnwood. Approximately 5 weeks ago on a Friday night, 9 p.m., I did like I've done 100 times before, walked across the street to a friend's house on 6500 block of Central Park, and a car pulled out, distracted me by almost hitting me. Next thing you know, there's a 9mm gun,
Ooh.
Approximately 6 inches from my face. It was an individual who was obviously very hopped up on something. He had his finger on the trigger. I thought I was going to die. Probably within milliseconds, I said a quick prayer. And based on my years of training, martial arts, whatever it was, I was able to talk my way out of it, and I'm alive. But it's a wake-up call for my village, which I'm passionate about, and I do not want any resident to ever be in this situation that I had to experience. We're on the front line of an epidemic of gang activity that is, it's not just Lincolnwood, although we are on the front line, there's Skokie, Wilmette, it's happening. And we need to put some safeguards in place to protect our residents.
No question. Crime has spread all over the place. When people complain, I live in West Rogers Park, when people want to talk about crime or gangs here, having been involved with the police on many levels over the years, I'm aware of the fact that there is a lot of gang activity in other suburbs.
Yes, there is.
And nearby suburbs, and people don't realize it, and it's important to understand that got to get rid of these guys.
Well, it's important to have an administration in place that actually acknowledges the problem and not worried about stigmas or the psychology involved because it's an election year, but to actually put a plan into action involving maybe modern technology, things that I've mentioned. Now, currently there is a neighborhood watch program that's been talked about or implemented, which is a good thing. It's something we're already aware of. We're going to dial 911. But there are studies which actually support the use of certain types of modern technology to complement police efforts in fighting crime. We should be doing more. Police visibility, a number of issues, and including your typical neighborhood watch, the awareness, locking your doors, and things of that nature. But that's a given. Most people are already aware. And another aspect is that really bothers me is that I was robbed in the east section of Lincolnwood, and during my campaigning and speaking with residents, some are not even aware that an armed robbery took place a block or two from their home, and they're quite disturbed. There needs to be a message, communication to the neighbors to inform them this is what's going on, this is what you need to do, or this is what we are doing to reassure and give our residents confidence.
No question it's important. And yeah, so many people are not aware of how closely things can happen to them. So
This is true. This
no,
is
I give you
true.
credit, because the truth is if you don't have a safe neighborhood, you don't have a neighborhood.
That's right. And what happens is when a neighborhood's not safe or it's unstable, your house values decline and the area deteriorates, and it becomes a bigger problem.
Definitely, no question about it. And that's kind of a
Snowballs.
scary thing.
It's very scary. I wish it on no one.
So, you know, it's good. It's good. So, how's the campaign going at this stage?
The campaign's going well. We are accelerating our efforts. We're speaking before condominium boards. I've been going door to door. I've had canvassing. We've been doing phone calls and just doing a tremendous amount of networking. It's more or less a grassroots ground and pound effort because we don't have those big dollars to spend like our powerful opponent. And therefore, we have to work a little harder and make those relationships and networking and really connect with people.
Well, that's how you win campaigns. At least these kind of campaigns, local campaigns, is you do it in the you do it grassroots. You do it one person at a time.
One person at a time. I'm happy to say that I've been endorsed by former Mayor Peter Moy. I've been endorsed by former mayoral candidate Georgia Telaganis. So we've got a very diverse, broad coalition of residents, of individuals with experience guiding us, supporting us, and I hope it takes us into the driver's seat and win the election.
Definitely good luck on that score. If people want to find out more about you or participate.
First, I'd like to give you this eyeglass cleaner, if I
thank
may.
you.
I can be
Appreciate that.
reached at the email address info@bassformayor.com or Barry Bass for Mayor of Lincolnwood on Facebook.
Glass Cleaner says because Lincolnwood needs a new vision forward.
A new vision forward.
Cute.
Absolutely.
Thanks. I could use one of these. I just have reading glasses, but they still get dirty.
You can use it for an iPhone, iPad as well.
Okay. Well, if I had an iPhone or an iPad, I'm the last person in the world without a cell phone, and I like life a lot better that way. Do you have a presence on Facebook, social media, things like that?
Yeah, that's a huge presence on Facebook. Actually, some of our posts have been quite successful. We've had over 6,000 people reached regarding my incident with the armed robbery.
Wow.
Yeah, in fact, that incident led to Chicago, Lincolnwood, a helicopter, and state troopers in a 100-mile-an-hour plus chase from Lincolnwood to 66 South Loomis, where I had the pleasure of actually talking with the night commander, detectives at 5100 South Wentworth Police Station, where I had to identify the assailant out of a lineup.
So you caught him. You got him.
We got him. We got him. And I have to thank every police officer that was involved. their professional efforts. It was a tremendous educational experience, and I got a lot of feedback from Chicago and Lincolnwood, which will be helpful in my efforts as a mayor.
We're going overtime here. I want to wish you a lot of luck. Barry Bass, running for mayor of Lincolnwood. Make sure you vote on Tuesday, April 4th. Thank you so much for being here.